I'm Alpina Singh, and welcome to Check Please, the show where regular people from all over Chicago recommend and review their favorite restaurants. So this is how the show works. Every week we have 3 guests. Each recommends his or her favorite spot, and then the other 2 go to check them out to see what they think. This week, Professor Chris Allison says he could lecture for hours on the greatness of his recommendation, where he says you should stop for the warm service and smiles and stay for the phenomenal fusion taste. But podiatrist Marianne Bender says you should run, not walk, to her favorite old school spot because of its high energy, fantastic 5 egg omelets, and super service that will go toe-to-toe with any other spot. But up first, CPA Alana Tooley stopped trying to count the number of times she's dined at her Logan Square favorite. She says for a sublime meal that always delivers a little bit extra, join her on Armitage Avenue at Giant.
Our whole idea when we first opened was just giving people a place to escape the craziness of the world and just be with people, be with good food and wine and conversation, and come in and forget all about outside for 2 hours.
I try to encourage anybody that comes in to get at least a pasta or 2. We've got baby back ribs, we got fish. We try pushing vegetables on people pretty hard. Right now the broccoli, it's one of my very favorites. Our hope is that people come in and we help them get comfortable.
The tables are very close together. Don't divulge any national security secrets or else somebody's going to find out. Yeah, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's just a place to be, you know what I mean? We happen to have food.
So, Lena, you say that Giant towers above other restaurants. Tell us why you chose it.
Why didn't I choose it? I am obsessed with this place. Everything about it is really delicious, from walking the door, the host service, to sitting at the chef's counter, to the bathrooms, to the decor, to the energy. I just love, it's a really great dining experience.
So basically everything.
Yeah, everything, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, of course, the food is sublime. It's never a disappointment from the top of the menu to the bottom of the menu. Consistency is really big there. I've had the uni shooter several times. I've had the crab tagliatelle several times, and there is no variation between the first time I had it and the last time I had it.
So, Chris, the food is described, I mean, New American, but that almost doesn't do it justice. How would you describe it?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's New American's too confining. It sounds a little bit like a good burger.
Yeah.
but I think it does some Asian things. It's really focused in the Mediterranean, greater Mediterranean, maybe even some southern French flavors at times. I think our favorite dish of the night was actually the broccoli. I thought it was really good. They had these croutons that were like sesame seed nut crouton things, but they were not bread, and they were fantastic. It's just a really great sesame flavor. So I think it seems like they are just riffing with coherence, I think, because the Mediterranean dishes are recognizably Mediterranean, and they're good.
Marianne, what did you think?
I thought it was great from top to bottom. We ordered almost everything. We had a big group. My favorites were the biscuits with jalapeno butter. It was just the right size of a biscuit, not too big to ruin your meal. The crab tagliatelle. Our server said that's the most photographed and written about menu item they
I heard
have.
the server say that too.
Yeah. We had the trout because he said that was the best time of the year to have it.
Wonderful.
Oh, it was amazing. Tomatoes, peas, garlic. It was great. Yeah. Oh, the onion rings. The people in my group said they were the best they had ever had.
I would agree.
It's like a pancake batter around it. It's really delicious. The desserts were amazing. The cajeta and the blueberry microwave cake in a warm dish. Ooh, it was really
awesome.
great.
Yeah, agreed. I do think they do an amazing job, and I was saying I really like this place because they never drop the ball on dessert.
I think the only problem we had was with the baby back ribs, which I'm a kind of a rib snob, I think. I was born in Kansas City, so, and they were kind of dry, I think.
Wow.
And so we were kind of let down by that a little bit. But everything else was really a winner.
Well, the restaurant is called Giant, but it's anything but giant.
It is a small one. I agree.
It's tiny.
It is.
Because the tables are really close together.
They are.
I mean, it's almost like a communal experience.
It is.
You know, but I think that adds to the energy of the room. Would you not agree, Alana?
I agree. And we sat at a table before, and when we were going in and coming out, they actually had to pull the table out in order for the person to sit on the booth side to come around. But again, it does add to the energy. You do hear other conversations going on. It's a very hip, young place, so I do think it adds to the energy. Yeah.
I feel like the look and feel of the place very much adds to the experience.
It's cool. It's
right? It's like splashes of yellow, and it's quaint with the wood.
Loud music playing. It's
Yeah.
energetic feel in there.
I think you get that special occasion feel without it being pretentious, which is really nice.
I completely agree.
It's very comfortable.
I think they hit that very well. Is
I
that
agree.
it's it's fine dining, but you also know that you don't have to get up in a suit or whatever.
Exactly.
Or dress
Exactly.
to go
Yep.
there.
The other thing I liked, I don't know if you all noticed, are the menus. They spell out Giant on each, so I had a G, the next person has an I,
Okay, I
and
did
so
not
on.
notice that.
With 6
didn't
people,
know that.
you noticed that, and it was really cool. It was fun.
So Giant has also a very small but mighty wine list done by Josh Perlman. Anybody take a look at the wine list?
We did. Yeah, I mean, my wife ordered a French white, and it was some of the best wine we've had since we've been in
it's an
France.
eclectic list. So like unexpected regions,
Yeah.
like Corsica and Portugal.
And it put that area of the world, I think, back on our radar that we kind of maybe forgotten about for a while.
So actually, Alana, one thing that I appreciate is you go by yourself.
I do. I go by myself. Most restaurants that I try new, like the higher end places I go alone. And I sit at the bar, and you have the opportunity to meet new people and talk to the chef, and especially sitting at the chef's counter at Giant, you get to see people make the food. You get to say, oh wait, what is that? Like the Jonah crab salad, when I first saw it with the waffle fries, it looked very intriguing, so we ordered it next time.
The kitchen
next
is
time.
right there
It
in
is
front
right
of you.
there.
It is
Exactly.
really tiny.
It is a tiny kitchen, but I mean, it's a tiny kitchen with huge impact, so.
All right, Alana, you chose Giant. Sum it up for us.
If you want a casual weeknight dinner or a special occasion at a restaurant that's going to deliver exactly what they promise, go to Giant.
Marianne?
Giant is a tiny space, but giant on flavor, local ingredients, and excellent customer service.
All right. Chris?
Wonderful service, really shines in the Mediterranean, interesting dishes, and I would definitely go back.
Well, you can try the uni shooters and much more at Giant, 3209 West Armitage Avenue, 773-252-0997. They're open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Reservations are strongly recommended, and the average tab per person without drinks is $45. No doubt about it, Marianne Bendo will happily travel all over Chicagoland for food, even breakfast. And she says that if you're like her and you want a genuine tummy-filling meal that will keep you coming back for more, join her on Lawrence Avenue at the Blossom Cafe.
I think the food speaks itself. We make our own soups too daily. All dressings are made in-house. We cut our own steaks, fillet our own fish. Even the desserts, we have a lot of nice homemade desserts. There's no cans in this kitchen.
Hot Turkish sandwich.
Our portions are big here. We're serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. I want them to feel like they're home. We take care of the food part. We're serving a good dish.
Extremely beautiful dish.
We have an incredible staff from front to back. from our chefs to the front of the house, our managers, our servers are great people. And this is, I think, one of the reasons we're successful. Put it up, the scrambler. I do this 7 days a week. I love what I do. That's all I always wanted. Blossom Cafe is my passion.
So, Marianne, we're expecting all kinds of flowery language about why you love this place so much. Tell us why you chose the Blossom Cafe.
So we've been going to the Blossom Cafe for 4 years. It's a great place for brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. It's packed in there. Everyone's happy. The food is delicious, fresh, fast, and huge. The portions are big.
So would you call Blossom Cafe a restaurant, a diner, an all-day place, a family restaurant?
Maybe all of that.
All of the above.
And kind of an elevated family diner. We've been for dinner before, but usually we go for brunch. I think that's the peak time to go. The menu is amazing for brunch. The Santa Fe frittata, eggs, cheese, bacon, avocado. I love it.
Okay, so the eggs, emphasis on the S in the eggs.
Lots of eggs.
5 eggs.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's like a Rocky omelet.
I get 3 meals out of my frittata, which is great. And my kids love the chocolate chip pancakes. And the banana French toast. Oh, that's to die for.
Oh, I agree. That was, my daughter got that. She got the sampler and I bit into it. I was like, I've never had it this good. I don't think.
I know, it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
so delicious.
Yeah.
You say she had a French toast sampler?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It was very good. It was very good. I loved it. I went with my 2 daughters, my 5-year-old, my 10-year-old. I mean, it was a little bit of a hike, but I would go again to have brunch there because it's some of the best brunch I've had.
What else did you have?
So just because, I wanted to kind of excite my kids, I also ordered the saganaki, which was really fun. And they had never seen their food set on fire next to them.
Of course.
So that was a memorable experience, and it was fun, and it tasted really great. I got the chicken and waffles, and this was a very unique chicken and waffles. They had a bacon baked into the waffle itself.
Yum.
With chicken. Fried chicken, then sawmill like sausage gravy on top of the chicken, and you obviously have your syrup with it, and it was wonderful.
I don't know because I'm hungry right now, but that sounds really good.
Yes.
Tell me more. Alana, you went for dinner. What'd you think?
I did not like it. We did not like it. We went on a Saturday night for dinner. Each one of us got something different. We all shared. We did not like the food. We thought the price point was high for what they were offering and for that location, and we just thought the food was bland.
What did you order?
We ordered the lamb chops, which came with a side of mashed potatoes. Someone ordered the cedar plain salmon, and then my niece ordered the shrimp Alfredo.
Okay.
And everything needed salt, everything needed pepper. The service was strange. It wasn't bad service, it just wasn't
Like
service.
indifferent?
Yeah,
Okay.
it felt a little indifferent.
How was your service, Chris?
Efficient, but it was on point. I mean, and the whole place was buzzing. I mean, the bus boys are doing things very quickly. They're turning over tables very quickly.
I would agree.
So it seemed like almost like an army-like efficiency of the service there.
What was the atmosphere like? What was the crowd like?
It didn't seem like a hip place
Was
at
it
all.
bustling?
It was kind of it was kind of dark and very, very understated, very quiet.
So the
I would
opposite
say-
of brunch.
It clearly is what it sounds like. Yeah, not a big crowd at all. And most people were, I would say, senior citizen age.
There are
Definitely.
all ages at brunch, and one of the things I like is it's bustling. Everybody's excited to be there, and it's a pretty happy place.
Oh my goodness, these are completely different experiences.
2 different restaurants.
That's exactly
Day
what
and
it
night,
sounds like.
literally.
Yes.
So Chris, the location of the restaurant, I mean, it is in a strip mall, which sort of,
When I pulled up to it, it was like any other strip mall in the near west suburbs. I mean, there's slots, vape shop,
A grocery store.
grocery store nearby, right around the corner.
Did you play the slots while you were there?
No. I've gotten used to that because I think I also live in near west suburbs, and slots are everywhere. But it was interesting to integrate that into the restaurant experience as well.
Agreed.
So Marianne, price point wise, where would you put Blossom Cafe?
It's very affordable, especially the brunch dishes, because you can share them, you can take some home with you. I'd say it's very affordable for a family or if you're taking a group.
Alana?
I think it's overpriced for dinner based on location, what I'm expecting. I think it's overpriced for our experience.
Good deal for you, Chris?
It was a good deal. I mean, I think my family, we like to go to brunch a lot, or usually on Saturday morning, and we have a place similar to it around our neighborhood, and it's more expensive and less good.
Yeah.
And I think, so that's why I would make the trek up there, because I think 30 minutes is worth it. If my kids can eat pancakes for 3 extra days after that.
I know, it's great,
which
right?
they did, and they loved it, and it was
And
great.
they got to see stuff set on fire.
And they got stuff on set of fire, which you can't beat that.
Mind blown forever.
Yes, right.
All right, Marianne, you chose the Blossom Cafe. Sum it up for us.
The Blossom Cafe is an elevated family dining experience with fast, fresh food.
All right. Chris?
Blossom Cafe is comfortable, fun, great for families, good value for what it is, and I would go back.
And Alana?
Blossom Cafe is an understated restaurant in the suburbs with mediocre food, but apparently I should try brunch.
Okay. Well, you can decide for yourself at the Blossom Cafe, 8349 West Lawrence Avenue in Norridge, 708-453-5300. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Reservations are accepted, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is $17. Chris Allen considers himself a student of fine food, so he says he's thrilled such a high-quality spot is right down the street from where he teaches. He says for fusion like no other, find your way to 55th Street and pop into Saucy Porka.
Saucy Porka is a Latin Asian fusion restaurant, so we combine the kind of the best of both worlds of Southeast Asia, China, Korea, with different unique flavors from Mexico, different parts of South America, even the Caribbean and Puerto Rico. Everything was built to make it feel like you're coming into your grandmother's kitchen. When a customer comes up to me and tells me, like, this is my first time here, I've never had something like this before, and it's so different, but it does remind me of like something I had in my grandmother's house. And that is when that gets me every time. I want people to be able to come to Saucy Porka as the local hangout. You know, they come meet friends, have a great rice dish, have some bacos. But yeah, I want us to be part of the local community where we're your go-to. Have a great day. Thank you.
So Chris, you love the combo of taste at Saucy Porka. Tell us why you chose it.
So what I like about Saucy Porka is that I like bold flavors in general with my food. I think and if I had to pick two cuisines that are my favorite, it's probably Asian food and Latin American food, especially Mexican food. And I think this place does both. You can get both in the same bite even, and I think that's what I really love about it. And I also think that they're really creative in the things that they're doing. It's not only tastes good, but I think it's also interesting. And I appreciate that kind of attention to taking the best and the strengths of the two cuisines and bringing them together in not a slapdash way, but in a thoughtful way. So I think the best example is the egg rolls, which is the first thing I had there, and I won't forget it. I think my favorite is the picadillo egg rolls, which also has a chipotle aioli sauce, which really works together beautifully. And I think I love the crunchiness of both the vegetables inside. And so I think that's a really good example of a kind of way it's coming together in a really interesting way.
Alana, what'd you think?
I really liked it. I agree, Chris. The picadillo egg rolls were really delicious.
Yeah.
All the aiolis that we tried were really delicious. And then they do the Puerto Rican rice with the ropa vieja on top, which was a spicy concoction in your mouth, and it was like we were blown away by the food. The bacos, the rice, absolutely delicious.
So describe a baco.
So a baco is a bao bun that is folded like a taco with meat inside.
But it's a good idea. I mean, if you think the problem of things falling out of your taco, a baco soaks up the juice really well.
Oh my gosh, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's very true though.
That's one of the things I like. They take a traditional thing like a taco, an egg roll, a sandwich, fries, and kind of spice it up and put their own twist on it. So that was one of the things I liked the best about it.
Marion, what did you have?
Oh, we had a lot of things. Again, the shrimp po' boy was great. We had the Asian paella, which was delicious with different Asian sausages. 2 kinds of the bacos, the pork one and the shrimp one. We had both kinds of fries, the funky monkey and the sweet potato fries.
I think the funky monkey fries are really great.
What are the funky monkey fries?
They're like smothered fries. It's sort of like Texas cheese fries, but done Asian style. And that's a winner. Meat, cheese on fries, that's going to be good.
So Chris, the format is you walk up and then you order and then they bring your food to you. You know, is there any sort of like hesitation on not knowing what to order?
I think there is. I think they know that there's a little bit of an different menu than say a burrito joint or like a pizza place and so first thing they ask you when you come in is, have you been here before? And I think they are trying to kind of get ahead of it and try to guide you through the menu to find things that you'll like.
Yeah, because if you've never had a baco before.
Yeah, are you going to order it?
Right. Let me know if you have any questions. I went twice, and once the owner met us at the door, and the second time it was another employee. Oh, wow. And I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. It was just fantastic.
Price point?
Cheap, like really, really cheap.
Probably appreciating university town.
Exactly.
UC is the most expensive school in the country.
Exactly right. So we ordered quite a few things. We had drinks. We paid $55 for everything amongst 3 people. I mean, it's like, wow, I can go for dessert after this because the price point was really, really good. I wasn't expecting it to be so cheap.
My 10-year-old is a big ramen fan. And for $5, you can get a really good ramen. And in Chicago, that's like unheard of pretty much. I think what I like about the price point too is you can mix and match stuff. You're not locked into an entree if you don't want to be, and you're going to leave not hungry. Still helpful.
So Alana, this was a reunion for you with Hyde Park.
Yeah, I lived in Hyde Park about maybe 10 or 11 years ago, right out of undergrad, and I love the neighborhood. I try to find myself there relatively often, and I think this is an awesome addition to the neighborhood. And once you're in Hyde Park, you can kind of just roam around because the neighborhood
is a beautiful neighborhood.
It's such
the
a
homes
nice,
and the trees and the architecture.
You can make a field trip just going to Hyde Park. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Actually, Marion, you're in Hyde Park quite a bit too.
We go to the Museum of Science and Industry. We're members, so now my family will be going there much more often. It's great.
Marianne, who would you bring this next time you go?
Oh, I would bring my family, my friends, anyone. It's a great space, it's a fun setting, and it's a very cheerful atmosphere.
All right, Chris, you chose Saucy Porka. Sum it up for us.
Bold flavors, interesting mix-up of cuisine, and great price point, and a cool part of town.
Alana?
Delicious food, great price point, and well worth a visit to Hyde Park for it.
Okay, Marianne.
A+ on customer service and an interesting twist on traditional dishes.
All right, well, you can try the Asian and Latin specialties at Saucy Porka, 1164 East 55th Street, 872-244-3772. They're open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $13. So in this week's show, we featured Giant in Logan Square, Blossom Cafe in Norridge, and Saucy Porka in Hyde Park. Let's recap what our guests had to say. First, we ambled down Armitage and dropped in at Giant. Alana recommended it for its consistently delicious place and a cool atmosphere. Marianne loved the seasonal ingredients and excellent service. Christopher didn't like the barbecue ribs, but enjoyed their pasta and vegetable dishes. Then we made our way to Lawrence Avenue and stopped by the Blossom Cafe. Marianne recommended it for huge portions, tasty food, and bustling brunch. Christopher said the brunch was outstanding and a terrific value. Alana said her dinner was mediocre and the service was indifferent. Lastly, we went to 55th Street and supped at Saucy Porka. Christopher recommended it for bold flavors and innovative Latin and Asian fusion. Alana said go for flavorful and well-priced food in a cool neighborhood. Marianne loved their tasty twists on traditional dishes. Well, I've had just a wonderful time this week. I'd like to thank my guests, Alana Tooley, Marianne Bender, and Chris Allison. Join us next week for 3 new guests recommending 3 of their favorite restaurants right here on Check Please. I'm Alpana Singh, and I'll see you then. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Yay. Okay.
For more information about the restaurants featured on Check Please, go to WTTW.com/checkplease.